What's up, guys? Welcome back, or if it's your first time to my channel, welcome back here once again for some more, or I guess for another movie haul, or at least another chunk of this haul, recent buys, and whatnot. Hopefully you're enjoying this little series here. Like I said, I think at the last one, I'm not really sure how often I'm going to put these up or how long it's going to take to actually get through all this, but it's like I'm sitting down and I'm filming all of these right now to put out the next, over the next few weeks. So hopefully you're looking forward to checking out some new movies. I've got superhero movies, I've got horror, I've got Disney, I've got, all sorts of stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. One thing that I've been wanting to do recently, I think I mentioned this in the first installment of this, is to fill in the holes of my MCU collection. I had a lot of them on digital, but I had ones digitally that I didn't own physical copies of, so I was trying to go back and get ones that I didn't have, basically, to fill the holes in my collection. Whether or not that continues past, Endgame, I don't know. We'll see. I do already own like Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home. So past that, I'm not really sure. I do eventually want to pick up the season of WandaVision, at least. I'm not really sure about like Loki. It's like eventually my girlfriend will probably buy it because Loki's one of her favorites. So it's like we watched season 1 and 2 of Loki. Whether or not I really need to own those to rewatch later on, I'm not really sure about that. But I have been trying to fill in some spots of the MCU movies that I don't have. So let's go ahead and tackle those in this one. See if we, if we have time, I'll throw in some others as well. But first of all, technically the one that started it all, now that, now after Deadpool versus Wolverine, or Deadpool and Wolverine, had to grab the very first X-Men from, what was it, 2000. Had to grab the first X-Men. I think I might have had this one at some point because I do remember this, this whole thing, pulling it out and having the X on the disc and everything. I might have owned this at some point and I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I had the VHS. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I had the VHS. But Goodwill find, ended up picking up for $1.50. Ended up grabbing that one. And then I ended up finding X2. I think I got this one at a flea market. Then a good X2, X-Men United. Oh, if I can get it open. And then there are the discs. And I think I ended up finding X-Men 3, The Last Stand, at a Goodwill because it's got the sticker for $1.50. Not a great movie. I honestly don't remember a lot about it other than it wasn't good. It was disappointing, and all you ever hear about is like how bad it is. But I did end up buying it because I was buying 1 and 2, or I bought 1 and 2, so it's like went ahead and grabbed 3, especially for just $1.50. Then I ended up getting this Goodwill does price their Blu-rays more. Ended up paying $250 for this one, but on Blu-ray, X-Men First Class. Absolutely love this movie. This movie is incredible. James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender are amazing in this movie, and it really did breathe new life into X-Men. And it does have, this is one of those weird ones too, that's like the digital, it says digital copy, but it's on a disc that I guess you have to, like, you know, put onto your laptop or what have you. So I had to end up grabbing that one. It's too bad that they took, you know, this as great as it was and eventually just pooed all over it. I did like Days of Future Past, but it was a huge step down from First Class. But I did like it enough that, you know, I wanted to own it. So I did end up grabbing X-Men, what did I say? What did I call it? Days of Future Past, whatever. And there's the disc on there. And then it has a little book that has a bunch of like different like fan art in it, which is cool. It's like, I'll show. It actually says, like, it has their name and where they're from and a little like blurb about them and everything like that, which is interesting. Pretty cool. It's always nice when you know, they want to spotlight artists, especially when it comes to a, you know, comic book movie. I'm going to spend a lot of time on this, but it's got that in there. So yeah, I ended up grabbing that one as well. That will probably be the last one of that I grabbed. It's like, I didn't really like Apocalypse, and I never saw Dark Phoenix, and I don't really plan on seeing it. I also ended up grabbing, I think this was a flea market, I ended up getting Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Captain America 2, and just a plain old ugly disc on this one. Because I have first Captain America, I think, on Blu-ray, and I have Civil War on Blu-ray. So, because at this point it's just like I got really good deals on these. So, you know, maybe eventually if I find a good deal on the Blu-ray to be able to upgrade from the DVD, I will. But at least for now, I have the movies, so I'm happy. And then Iron Man 3, which, granted, I was disappointed with it when I first saw it. Still the weakest out of the trilogy. However, after rewatching it a couple years ago for the first time in a long time, it's not as bad as I remember. So they did a really good job of portraying anxiety, or I guess with his, he has like PTSD, but portraying an anxiety attack, how it feels. They were able to take how an anxiety attack feels and put it on to film, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, big respect, without making it hokey and without trying to, you know, I don't know, make it corny or cheesy or whatever. I think they did a really good job. And then last but not least, in the last video, I showed that I had found Deadpool 2 at Goodwill. I had gotten the first Deadpool on Blu-ray. Again, it's like, I think a lot of these, at least the ones that aren't from Goodwill, I got all together from the flea market, and the vendor gave me a really good deal. It was like 5 for 10, or something like that. I can't remember. So I took the opportunity to again flesh out my MCU collection. All right, we have a few minutes left, and that the X-Men. I don't know if you heard it. The X-Men one, like the X-Men one, likes to do a little toot there. So, but yeah, really happy to have. There's only now maybe 3 MCU movies that I'm missing now. So I'm really happy about that. So let's. I'll mention this one, even though it's like I think I had seen it at one point. I didn't really remember it. I wanted to go. I love the first one. First one is fantastic. There are 6 total. There's 6 of these. I've only ever seen the first 2. And my girlfriend and I were just talking about that, and it's like there is the whole series that you can get on Amazon. I think it's like $20-25 or something like that, but I don't really want to give that for movies that honestly I'm probably not going to watch ever again. But I did end up coming across this one at Goodwill for $1.50, so I ended up picking it up, and we gave it a watch when we had first moved into this place, because for a week we had no internet, so we had to rely on our, what movies we had, that we could actually get to, because most of them were still over in storage. But I had these because I had recently bought them, so I was like, hey, you want to watch Wrong Turn 4? And we watched it, and it was pretty bad. I think I've been saying in my previous videos that any of either the the classic Disney or the Renaissance Disney movies, because the Renaissance Disney movies are the ones that I grew up on, like Aladdin and Lion King and stuff like that. Most of those I own, but now a lot of the classic, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, Cinderella. If I see them at Goodwill or something like that, I see them for $1 or $2, I'll pick them up, especially if it's a special edition or something like that. So I ended up coming across Sleeping Beauty, and this is the Platinum Edition. Sleeping Beauty at Goodwill for $1.50. And another thing is always too, are the discs in good shape? Because a lot of the times parents gave them to kids, and the kids didn't take care of them, so they're some of them too damaged to even take a chance on. But the ones that I find that are actually in good condition, I will end up buying. But yeah, I ended up finding the Platinum Edition, 50th anniversary edition, I guess, of Sleeping Beauty, which I have not seen this since I was a kid. But again, it's something I've been doing. These, I don't know if I'll keep I'll keep the cases or not. I mean, the cases aren't in great condition, so it's kind of a crapshoot. I think I found all of these at the same Goodwill. I found some other ones too. I can't remember. There was one that I was very bummed. Bambi. I found that day too, but it was in such bad shape. It was so scratched up, like deep scratches, that I ended up passing. So this might have been someone's collection that was donated, because this again is the Platinum Edition, the 40th anniversary edition of The Jungle Book. And again, the discs are in really good shape. So again, I'm kind of unsure. It's like I may keep these all in the case. I'm not really sure. This case is in a little bit better shape. This one I could have sworn I owned, but apparently I do not. It's Ratatouille. Love this one. This is a Disney Pixar, but still, It's like I really do like this movie a lot, and I want this for my collection, so I ended up picking it up. Oops, forgot to put the slip back on there. And then this one I've never seen, but I've heard good things, and that is Brother Bear. And this is the 2-disc special edition. I don't, And last but certainly not least, we have the Platinum Edition. This one doesn't have a year. I guess that's, good. This was before my time, but still. Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Again, another Platinum Edition. This is one of the old, like these old cases that they used to do. Although I guess technically these are kind of better than the ones with like all the little flippy doos and such. I don't know. It still has the booklet and everything in here. It's, oh wow. Supplemental materials: The Legacy of Snow White. Wow. Like it's got all the chapters and navigation. There's a navigation because it has a bunch of bonus features and such in here. It's got a silly symphony animated short called The Goddess of Spring that's a little under 10 minutes. The Making of Snow White, a sing-along hi-ho karaoke, music video, Barbra Streisand, Someday My Prince Will Come. And it's also got a game, Dopey's Wild Mine Ride, and audio commentary. It's also apparently got guided tours. There's a VIP tour on disc 1 and there's one on disc 2. On disc 1 it's over 20 minutes long, and then disc 2 it's just under 3 minutes. Huh. Wow. All right, much cool stuff in this little booklet there. But yeah, like I said, anytime I've been finding any of these classic Disney movies, or ones that I grew up on, especially, it's like I've been picking up, because I know when Disney Plus came out, a lot of people made the mistake. A lot of people just got rid of all theirs because it's like, oh, I got Disney Plus now, we'll just watch it on there. We don't need physical media anymore and stuff. But we're also seeing it's like these streaming platforms aren't carrying everything. And they're not, even if they do carry everything, it's not all at the same time. I guess with Disney Plus, it's like they probably have the classics and stuff and the Renaissance all the time, but that could change at any time. You never know. So that's why physical media is so important. And I mean, it's fine if you're not a big movie person, or if you're not as serious about it and you just rely on streaming. That's completely fine. No harm in that. But a lot of us want to own these movies, and a big shout out to those out there that are preserving all these things. They're collecting these things to preserve them, to have them, to pass them on to future generations, so that these things don't die, because you never really know if some of these things, if there's no longer physical copies of them, maybe they just vanish. I mean, it does happen. I know I've heard of movies from the 30s and such that have just vanished. So it could happen. Who knows? But that's gonna do it for this one. I don't want to ramble this video's already long enough. But hopefully you enjoyed the haul here. I've probably got maybe 2 more videos in this installment of just catching up on all these things today. So look out for that in the future. If you enjoyed it, you know, please leave me a thumbs up. If you got any questions, comments, anything like that, please feel free. Especially if you wanna talk movies or anything like that, definitely feel free. But I appreciate your time. Hope you're having an awesome day, and until next time, stay awesome and keep collecting.